Hey Lucas Nation fans, thank you guys for staying tuned for the Weekend Vlog. This is Weekend Vlog episode 78 with your host Kennedy Lucas. Thank you. So I want to again welcome everyone to today's show. We do have quite a couple things we want to talk about on today's show. I'm very excited to do this one because we have so many reviews and so many talk abouts to do on today's show, and I can't wait to do it all on today's show. And I'm just so excited. Woke up really energized and really fresh. Of course, I do have my handy dandy iPhone SE. I will be talking about the iPhone 7 in later on today's show. You guys know how I do it. I have to make sure I make notes about what I'm going to talk about on my show, so I don't forget what I need to talk about. So the first thing we're going to talk about is in the anime category. So anime has been booming for K.L.P Entertainment. I can't believe that, again, last week I talked about Charlotte, and I love that anime. That's one of those animes where you just want to enjoy it. So I started watching that show. We started analyzing and reviewing Charlotte. Of course, we're going to be doing a blog post on that and maybe a podcast over it as soon as we get those cleared and make sure we got some more forums kind of cleared. But we have a new anime that we started watching called Monthly Girls. Yeah, so there's a show called Monthly Girls from the anime category. It's like Monthly Girls and something else to the title, but Monthly Girls is what the title I can remember. With that anime show that we started watching, you guys can go to the K.L.P network at www.lucas904.wingstop.com/KLPC. You guys can see the anime tabs. You guys can see the animes that we're watching as of current. Monthly Girls is one of those shows where it's hilarious. When I like to watch anime, I like to sort of chime in on more of exciting animes that just makes you laugh, makes you think. Charlotte is a little bit different because Charlotte is one of your serious animes, but Monthly Girls is one of those animes where they make some funny humor. That's one of the shows I can't wait to see the podcast over because after seeing that show, we were very excited to watch it, and they made some funny terms. And one night I was watching anime, I was watching Monthly Girls, and it made me laugh like really loud. And I was thankful that my roommate didn't hear me laugh tremendously loud, but it was just a funny scene. Once you guys see the show, you guys would know what I'm talking about. Monthly Girls is just different. It's more of your newer anime, so it does have that good color scheme, that good graphics. So we really don't worry about graphics nowadays. You guys know how I do it when I watch anime. I like to see the good quality. I like to see the newer animes because it gets me more excited to see what the future holds for anime. So, Monthly Girls, again, you guys go to K.L.P Network. That's one of the shows where I would absolutely recommend you guys watching. Of course, we're going to do a further detail in a podcast show, but that's just one of the shows that we started watching for K.L.P Entertainment. Of course, the next thing we're going to talk about is Game Informer. Of course, you guys know that the Game Informer video was going to be released very soon. I have to keep announcing it because, as you guys know, of course, Chairman CEO of K.L.P Entertainment, talk show host, videographer, student, RA. We're very busy with stuff going on right now, so I will get to the Game Informer video coming very soon. You just please be patient for me on that. I just have to budget some time to really sit down and do the Game Informer magazine collection video, but it's going to be coming up really, really soon. So stay tuned, and we're going to have that out for you guys. The next thing I want to talk to you guys, and this is one of my serious talks, of course, the topic is called college life. Now, this is where we kind of get serious on the show. I like to be funny. I like to, have some jokes played out for you guys. I like to have a lot of things going on, but this is more of my serious talk segments. Of course, college life has been great. And this is more of a little update for us for the show, because if you guys checked in and tuned in for my Facebook Live, I do those, and I do more of the hashtag and the tag videos. But for more of my serious talks, college life has been booming. I really do enjoy college life. I really do love my situation. I would want to say it's not really a huge situation. It's more of a good thing. Being back in town and being back in college, it's fantastic. I was able to meet so many new people via GDN and via RAs and via college life. I just have no regrets with anything, because college right now has been booming really well. I actually do enjoy, meeting friends and actually getting to enjoy and do events. Just like last night. Last night was okay. Of course, the other night, you guys pretty much know, and I did announce this on my last weekend vlog. I did announce that I will be, producing sort of a video for our fashion show here on campus. Last night was pretty interesting. And the Tuesday night, they did auditions Tuesday night and Thursday night. Of course, K.L.P Entertainment, you guys are going to see a sneak peek of that coming very soon. But college life has been good, and fashion show. I can't wait to see the outcome of it, and I can't wait to see you guys see the video for K.L.P Entertainment, because we're ready to produce that video out, and that video is going to be really good. So if you guys are in college right now, the point of this segment is, if you guys are in college right now, please enjoy your college life. Don't rush through it, and get your degree. It's very important to get your degree, but get your have fun with it. One thing you want to do is, have fun. You want to make friends. You want to find something else to do, like a little something on the side, just try to find your lover, I want to say. Just have a good time, but just be careful. I'm not advocating sex or anything. I just you want to have, it's college time. You want to enjoy your time. But seriously, college kids out there right now, just enjoy your time, because you only go through college once. Besides grad school, but you only go through that experience once, so you want to enjoy it while you can. So just a little word out advice for the college students out there. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, but when we get back, we got some exciting news. Stay tuned. Hello, Lucas Hitchmans. Welcome back to the Weekend Vlog, episode 78 with your host, Kennedy Lucas. I'm very excited to be doing this show. I still cannot believe we're still running this. It's season 7, and it's 78 episodes later. I can just remember way back when, 2 years ago, when I started this thing with the Today Vlog, is when we called it, the Today Vlog, episode 1. That was just, it was cool. There were some things I would have changed right now if I go back and watch the stuff, but we do have a bit of some announcements to make before we go into our big reviews. Of course, the first announcement, I just want to show you guys this clip. Take a look.
Is a multi-billionaire. He owns 10% share of our stocks in our company. Problems? Are we in debt, or is it just money troubles? Please don't tell me we're in debt. I told you not to be calling me at work, sweetie. I know. I got stuck on something here at Lowe's. I'm looking at the marble. It looks good, but the granite looks good.
Thank you. So, we did not forget about the millionaire listing. Of course, season 1 has been completely finished and completely edited out and ready to go. We're just waiting to get the ready to have the release date come sooner. Of course, it's going to be released out later this year, so please stay tuned. Fortunately, you guys know I still can't announce a release date for you guys yet, but the show is going to be released up very soon. Let me just say, watching season 1, you guys will enjoy it. It's funny, it's serious, it's crazy. all at the same time, and that's just something else I wanted to do for you guys. Of course, we do have, special voice actors and such like that. Of course, we are in production right up, as of today, we're still in production for season 2. With the series, you guys know that the series is not going to be, 12 seasons, because we just don't, there's just so much I can tell into the story. We're thinking about just doing like 2 or 2.5 seasons of the show and let that be it, because there's just so much that we can tell into the story. But season 1 has been completely finished, and I just cannot wait for you guys to see season 1. That was a fun little project we did over the summer and spring. We're filming it out, we're producing it out. I do sort of want to announce news number 2. I do want to say that we're going to be doing a kind of exclusive vlogs. Hits that many people over on YouTube, Vimeo, Daily Motion, and Facebook, for advertisements, of course, on Facebook. People actually enjoyed the GDN Takes Atlanta exclusive vlog. So I do want to announce that out again, because, that was just something extra that K.L.P Entertainment does. Of course, you guys know we went to Atlanta for Amatrace training session, and, it's really cool to do exclusive vlogs and show outside my element. I really do love my other job for GDN, doing, producing and videography work. There are going to be more exclusive videos like that as well. I am still doing the GDN formal review, formal video. We had to put that on hold because of some circumstances. I really don't want to announce it on today's show, but that's been pushed back a little bit. But we're going to be doing a little bit more exclusive vlogs like that. Of course, I'm thinking about doing a reacting to my older video type of video. I just wanted to sort of react on my old videos that I've seen that I produced out way back when, and I'm like, whoa, did I do that? Is that K.L.P Entertainment? So that's something else we're going to do on that. I don't know, we probably might do it on, I'm trying to see if we want to do it as a YouTube video, or do we want to do it for a Facebook Live video. Most likely a Facebook Live type of thing, but then download it and then upload it again for YouTube. We're still thinking about some kinks. We're still thinking about it, so stay tuned for that, because that's that's more to come. Of course, we're going to go down to our first review. Hopefully you guys are ready for these reviews. Of course, I am for this first review. Of course, we're going to do the Xbox One review. So, ladies and gents, you guys know, if you've seen it, I didn't advertise it on Facebook, but I did do it on Twitter and Instagram and Vimeo, YouTube Daily Motion type of advertisements. So I did do a video called a huge K.L.P After Show unboxing. Of course, you guys know about it. When we were advertisement, I had people ask me, did you go for the PS4 or did you go for the Xbox One? There's a story to that, and yes, I did go for an Xbox One. This is, of course, I have the system, but I want to show you guys the controller, because I'm doing a formal review on the system, the whole system. So I did go for the Xbox One. Let me just tell you why I did. PS4 is a great console. Let's not downgrade PlayStation 4, because it's a kick-ass rockin' good console. But for Xbox One, they had the cheaper deal. So I managed to score my Xbox One a refurbished deal at a cost of $200. I seriously think that's a good deal for a console. Their PS4s were still retailing them for $399 plus tax, so it equals out to $400 and something and change. I went for a cheaper deal because I wanted to make sure that if my console was cheaper, I can collect games for the console with ease. As you guys know, I worked really hard via GDN, via RA, and via K.L.P Entertainment, and we're able to earn some money for our budget. So I wanted to go out and buy myself something nice. I did say I was going to get a next-gen console one of these days, and, it's here, and I'm just so ecstatic that it's here. That's why I went for the Xbox One because of a cheaper deal. There's just their PlayStations. They're crazy expensive. I'll just be honest. They're crazy expensive to buy. If you know have a big job, then yeah, go for it because you have that money. My jobs are pretty big, but they're not like humongous $1 million jobs. So it's like a give and take type of deal. So that's why I went for the Xbox One. I did see the potential in the system. I did see once booted up, there's so much stuff you can do on an Xbox One that you sort of couldn't do on a PlayStation 4. Of course, Xbox Live, of course, that's one thing that kind of goes down to it. And of course, we're going to do pros and cons to the system. My con to the system, number one, is Xbox Live. You had to pay for it. I remember back in the day where Xbox 360, you didn't really have to pay for it, even for PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 even, you don't have to play online and have a membership. That stuff comes free. Of course, PlayStation has that gold membership. Of course, you pay for that. But for just a regular standard edition, you don't have to pay for it. It comes with the system. But for your Xbox, you have to pay for the Xbox Live content. That's one of the things I sort of hold off about. That's money. It is just a lot. Another thing else that's a con about the Xbox One is that back in the day, me and my brother had an Xbox 360 to share. Of course, we had our gamer tag, Lucas and Ryan, because that was our console, so we had to share it. So Lucas and Ryan is also loaded onto my Xbox One because it turns out you have to pay to get your gamer tag removed and changed. Now, that's one of the things, that's a huge con because it's like you're charging them just to change a name. I think that's a little bit money hungry, in my opinion. I think for newer consoles, if you're just now getting a next gen console, you should be able to customize your name, and then you pay if you want to have it changed on that new system. I do think that's a little bit of a money hungry type of deal. It's even though it's $10, $10 can go a long way. I can get food with that kind of money that can go towards my phone bill. So that's why I'm kind of holding off on that as well. This is not a con because the controller fits really well. It's very comfortable. The only con that I had is a small con. You guys know it. All my technology, I love them to be rechargeable. Of course, originally, the controller comes with batteries, so you have to purchase batteries. Of course, a guy sold me at GameStop for a rechargeable docking station, so I have a rechargeable battery pack on the bottom of my controller, so when it's dying I can just recharge it without replacing its batteries. This is not really a huge con. It's not a huge con, but it's a small con because most people don't like batteries because batteries are going up in pricing because they're so expensive to obtain and make. So I'm really glad that I've got the rechargeable pack so I can just recharge my controller with ease and not have too much problems with it. And this kind of goes with a con and a pro. A pro having the rechargeable controller. You guys know my PlayStation 3 controllers are rechargeable. Of course, you guys know all handheld consoles are rechargeable. And I really do think Xbox should have came free with the charge pack so that way you don't have to go out and have to buy batteries with the console. Now, the pros now that goes onto it, of course, is a pro with the controllers. Of course, the controllers are really, really slick. I managed to score, this came with the system, but I got sold on a camouflage controller as well because I do have a couple of multiplayer games. So when my brother or my friends want to come over and play Xbox with me, we have a second controller. This is a pro too because I like the style of the controller. Camouflage is really, really nice for a controller. It makes you feel like, hey, I'm a man, I got a camouflage, oh, I'm tough, Uh, but another pro controller wise is they do have this thing called the Xbox controller design lab. You can take your controller into this system and it customizes your controller to your color. It's probably going to be rare when I do that because, a controller is a controller to me, but I will probably get this controller sort of customized into like a red-black type of thing because red and black and white are my three favorite colors. But till right now, black, it's a black controller. I rock with it, it goes, I rock with it. Another pro with that, of course, is the docking station. You guys, I will probably do a room tour one of these days, but the docking station comes with it, and it's a neat design, and it looks really cool and really cool in my room, so I don't really have much problems of having my control dock on my coffee table, and it looks really cool, and the design looks really good. Another pro to it too is the Xbox original design. People were complaining that the Xbox One was a little bit too big. That's why they made the Xbox S for it to be smaller. Again, I really don't have a problem with its size. I did when I did the unboxing. It was bigger than I expected. But I didn't think it. I mean, yeah, it's huge, but I don't really see it as a huge problem as most people do. It's all about if you can have space for it. If you cannot have space for it, that might be a problem. But I have plenty of space in here, so it helps. It helps with what I need to do. Um, Another pro too, again, is just a lot of stuff you can do to it. There's so much stuff you can do, so much apps you can get, so much games. Another pro too is that they do have quite a list of free games that you just get for free. I thought that was a huge pro to do, because probably this weekend when I have some free time, I'm probably just going to download all the games that's free, just to build more up on my game collection. I forgot about a con. This is one of the cons that I found it to be an issue. It's not a huge issue, again, it's just waiting. For every new game you get, you have to install your game into the system, and it takes quite a while. I have Son of Rome, Rise, Son of Rome. That game took about 2 days to install, so I didn't even play the game yet, because it just got done installing. But it takes, the installment for the games take a while because of the graphics and the 1080p, and the resolution is huge gigabytes. So that's another sort of con to it, because it takes super long. Even PlayStation 3 games don't take that long to install, but it takes quite a while. So that's why the games I have in my collection for Xbox One, I only played like one game out of what looks like maybe like 7 now, because I did go to GameStop. I did get 2 other new games for a low price. So 7 games, only played 1 because of the installment. Well, 2 because of their installment, which I will do a formal review on right now. So of course the first game here is Batman Arkham Knight. I freaking love this game. This game is this is the game, the Batman game that you have to get. Of course, it says be the Batman. Of course, it's for your one player. It says, as the united forces of Gotham supervillains take control of the city, the Dark Knight unleashes an all-new transformable Batmobile in an explosive finale in Arkham trilogy. This is the 3rd installment for the Batman games. Of course, with this, you can also, the Batman games, you know how they are. But it added the Batmobile along with the game. That really sold me when I can play and drive around Gotham City with the Batmobile and just be in combat mode. That really suits, because when you see the movies, they have the Batmobile. In previous games, they didn't. They just had Batman. But now in this game, they have Batman and the Batmobile. Hence, that is in the front of the cover. So this is one of the games where I just had to pick it up. I'm still playing on it right now. So I did see Scarecrow. I did see Poison Ivy into the game. I didn't see all the other characters. I didn't see this guy. The Arkham Knight. I didn't see him in the game as of yet because I didn't get to it. As you guys know, even though I'm a gamer, I'm a student and a college student as well, so I gotta make sure I stick up with my schoolwork and work. So it's rare that I play video games nowadays, but weekends, typically Sundays, is the days I play games, because Sundays is a free day. It's my day. Saturdays not so much, because if I'm doing RA work. Go the Xbox review again, guys. I told you my story about how I got it, and just really worked extremely hard to get a next gen console as a big purchase. Of course, I try to find deals. I get games on the low and get them at a cheap price, because why not? Why pay $60 for a game? I do have more games in my collection for Xbox One that I do want to review later in a later video, maybe the weekend vlog 79 when we do more game reviews. But today we're gonna also talk about Apple's Keynote. So, like most YouTubers, they do reaction videos of either E3 or PAX East or Sonic's panel or even Apple or Samsung's Keynote or Google's Keynote. So we're going to do a reaction of the Apple's Keynote. I saw the event. Of course, it was launched on September 7th, 2016, so that was like, what, 2 days ago maybe? They say on their slogan, and if you have a MacBook, you can see it on their little Apple website. It says, "See you on the 7th." Of course, 7 is one of those numbers where they really advocated the best. I don't really think they were hyped it up too much. Most people say they hyped it up. It was so hyped. I didn't think it was really hyped. I thought it was a neat addition for most people to have "See you on the 7th." Because, you know, the next iPhone, that's the next number for the iPhone, is the iPhone 7. I did see the iPhone 7, of course. The colors are fantastic. They do have the two camera, optical cameras for that 4K sort of feel. They do have the iPhone 7 with that one camera and that new design. Of course, the iPhone 7, I want to say is if it's called 7 Pro or Plus. The name is blurring me a little bit, but it's bigger and it has two cameras. They do have one new color. Is the jet black color. It's more of a glossier color for the iPhone. I've seen pictures of it and I've seen it in the Keynote. It's a pretty color. They do have two forms of blacks. You do have that regular plastic black, and then the jet black is the more glossier color. Of course, with those colors, it comes with gold, silver, and rose gold. My brother did say he's going to get the rose gold iPhone 7. I think he's getting the one with the two cameras. Most people were asking, you know, what was the purpose of the two cameras? What they're trying to explain to the Keynote is that two cameras is better than one when filming a picture. You have optical zoom, so that's why one camera can zoom in more professionally than your regular iPhone 7 camera or your regular iPhone 6 or SE camera. It's all about optimizing with your shots. They're trying to get the best quality for your pictures via Instagram or Facebook or even Tumblr. They're trying to get pictures become better. Instagram's chief of design was there at the Keynote explaining more on the camera style. They did redefine the home button for, again, your Apple Pay and your more functions for your home button. Again, the phones look really good. They're retailing the phone, though. If you're not doing a phone plan, they're retailing it for about $750. That is a lot of money for a phone. In my honest opinion, I think it's a little bit too much for a phone. I know most people are going to go crazy and go out and buy the phone, just retail price. Of course, most YouTubers, they're probably going to give a partnership or a sponsorship to talk about the phone. But in my eyes, I think that's a little bit too much for a phone. If you're doing a phone plan from either T-Mobile or AT&T, that's cool because, you know, it's like $100 a month. You know, that's fine. But if you're retailing it $700 for a phone, I'm sorry, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. There's so much other things I would rather buy than a phone for $700. Even though it looks good, it looks great, I just, again, I wouldn't purchase that. They do have a new design for the Apple Watches. Of course, the Apple Watches, they have the Apple Watch Active new design. They're sponsoring it from Nike, I want to say. So they're calling it the Apple Watch Nike Plus, if I remember the name right. Of course, it's a cool design. It has that green circle band around it, and it's from Apple, so it has the Apple functionality, but a little bit of Nike for your workout and your athletes and your fitness people. It looks really good. I've seen it. It looks really nice. I would actually buy a watch like that. I would probably go for that new Apple Watch Series 2 because not only that it has circle, it has square as well. For me, I try to stay fit, but I'm not an athlete, so, you know, I think those watches are more for the athlete people out there in the world. I would just stick to the Series 2 because, you know, it's, you know, a nice little watch for you to wear, and it's, you know, just really, really nice to wear around campus or go to work and wear it. Again, I would stick to the Active, the Nike Plus for more of that athlete people that's more athletic. They didn't advocate too much on their computers. Of course, they did launch the new MacBooks last year, so they did sort of advocate, information about that MacBook, but they didn't really have a new MacBook out for this year because they just launched one. Again, my brother, he's thinking about getting that one too. I'm probably going to stick to my MacBook Air because, it has so much ports. I like ports like the USB ports and the SD card port, so that's my take on that. The AirPods. Now, that's one thing I'm very, very excited about. The AirPods are really, really cool. My concern at first was them to be like really small into your ear because people would lose those. But the AirPods they made them a little bit bigger so it can mix up on your cheek. So when you're talking to Siri, Siri is able to hear you Bluetooth from your phone to the AirPods. So that's one of the headphones that I am most excited about because it's Bluetooth. I love Bluetooth stuff. Wireless Bluetooth equipment technology. I love it. That's awesome. The design's really good, and you can charge your AirPods via the case that you get. Sadly, those do not come with the phone if you get the iPhone 7, but if you pre-order, they're pre-ordering right now for about $150. I think that's worth a buy. I personally probably won't buy them like right now, but in the future maybe I probably would invest in the AirPods because that's the next revolution for headphones, just wireless, and they're the first wireless earbuds ever, the first ones. Besides the LG Talk Tones and besides the Skull Candy Inked Wireless, those are the first Apple wireless headphones. Of course, Beats, they advocated Beats out. They have Beats, new headphones coming out very soon. So I think their keynote was actually pretty good this year. Again, they didn't really talk so much about the MacBooks, of course, because they just launched their new one last year. So why do another new one if you just launched one? I think the phone's gonna sell. Most people are probably gonna do like a phone bill, phone subscription bill, or maybe like a plan. You're gonna have those crazy people that's gonna go out and buy the phone for like $700. I wouldn't do it, but the people are gonna do that. But the phone looks cool. 2 cameras. That's a unique addition. We can't really wait for all our other Apple people like the iPhone SE. This is the one I have. I cannot wait for iOS 10. Because iOS 10 is fantastic. They advocated so much stuff for that, and I can't wait for that update to be released. I think it's set to release the next update September 13th, 2016. So hopefully I have some space for my phone, for both my phones, because I still do have my 6 Plus, to update to iOS 10 to get that new feature, that new feature on the phone. So that has been the Apple reaction. So, this show probably has been one of the longest weekend vlogs to date, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the Xbox review, the Apple review, and just me talking to you guys for today's show. Again, I look forward to Weekend Vlog 79 so I can review more games and more technology. Please be sure to like all my social media accounts in the link description below. K.L.P Entertainment, we're working really hard to perfect good videos for you guys, so please be sure to check out all the social media accounts below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's show. As of right now, I'm Kennedy Lucas, logging out.